What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of BurlyFishing. Today, we're bringing it all back around. We have the October 2020 fishing subscription box recap showdown battle royale extravaganza. Here we go. So today, we are re-reviewing with gathered knowledge and experience Monsterbass versus MTB versus Newcomer Tackle Monkey versus Smoking Hot Lures Club bonus box versus 6 Cents. All of these October boxes that we had. And I gotta tell you, we learned a lot this month. And that's, again, real quick, kind of the point of these boxes. You guys can say you can go buy stuff as you become more experienced, and I do buy stuff. In fact, promise you guys, I will start doing some unboxings of Tackle Warehouse purchases, if I go to Dick's Sporting Goods purchases, Cabela's purchases, whatever you name it, especially as gear starts rolling in this winter. Full disclosure, we didn't pay for all these boxes. Monsterbass gets sent to me because I'm a Monsterbass ambassador, and I like to say that at the front of my videos so you guys know it. It's probably gonna be one of my biased favorite boxes. However, when we do the breakdown today, I'm not gonna rank it. I will rank the other boxes. That way you guys can enjoy viewing this and not feel like I'm trying to sway your opinion. I will show you the baits that were in that box, and I do think that you'll like them as well. And if you don't, drop a comment below. Let me know. All right. My feelings won't be hurt. All right. It's fine. So we're going to go through all the boxes again, check all the baits. We did get one Tackle Monkey box was free. I paid for the other one. And then the Smoking Hot Lures Club was sent to me for free too, but it's also a beta box. So it's not really quite a box yet. They're still trying to get that company off the ground. I think it was cool that they reached out to me, sent me the box to test it out and show you guys. Had a lot of fun this month. We had tons and tons of boxes. We also opened like the MTB Bass Kit, not reviewing that on this video, and another box that we won't be including as well. These are just the ones that I want to include for this video and for the giveaway, because I think these had the better baits to give to you guys. That's why we have what we have stacked up, all right? So before we get to it though, if this is your first time coming by the channel, thanks for stopping by. Guess what? There's a giveaway today. Great video to start watching on. And please subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this, reviews, unboxings, and fishing trips as well. We definitely do a lot of fishing on this channel as well. For today's giveaway, all you have to do is be a subscriber and drop me a comment below. What I would like to read in your comment would be I think this worked really well for our first major giveaway a little while back. I want to know your bright spot, right? A bright spot is just something that's going well in your life right now. One thing, because we want to spread some positivity around the internet. The internet is a dark, sad, depressing place most of the time, and everybody's angry and bickering right now about other things we won't talk about. So drop something nice. What's going good for you? Drop it in the comments below. I can't wait to read it. I read all my comments, and I will likely respond back, or at least throw you a nice little heart, because I like when you guys post nice things. So appreciate you guys watching today. And here's the giveaway. Here's what you get. BurlyFishing was nice enough to donate 2 boxes. We gave one away already, but this is the Colony 15. This is the other giveaway box that I was given. I can't wait to give it to you guys. So Colony 15 is a 3600 size box. It has some heavy duty latches on the front, and it's a modular system. So you can actually take these little things out right here. They look like little Legos on the backside, and then you can pop them in. You can rearrange this in any order that you want, and you can actually purchase extras of these from Busby. So go check out BurlyFishing. They're fantastic. Throw them a like on their Facebook and Instagram pages, and go check out the website so you can possibly purchase your own if you do not win this one, and that'd be great. Thanks. In addition to that box, we'll also be throwing 8 baits and 3 bags of plastics into a kit with a BurlyFishing hat, a sticker, and a shirt. Time frame on this giveaway, guys, is gonna be 10 days. So this video is dropped on November 4th. That means on November 14th, I will be announcing the winner of this giveaway. It'll be a random comment draw, so I'm just gonna do a little random generator, pick a comment, I'll email you, and you have to respond to me within 24 hours so that I know you're a real live person. So stay tuned to your computers and email on the 14th. One last thing you guys can do to help me out a ton is to help me blow this video up. Smash that like, share it with your fishing friends, and let's just say this right now. If this video gets to 1,000 likes, I might level up, improve, make the next giveaway a little bit bigger. And we can keep doing that the more you help me blow these videos up. So without further ado, let's get to these baits. We're gonna start out with good old 6 cents here. So 6 cents, always a banger of a box. I love getting them. That said, a lot of redundancy in this box. You are kind of, you know, it's a house bait company, so you are kind of like at the mercy of their stocks. Stocks have been depleted this year. I get it. I'm hoping as manufacturing increases, maybe they start throwing some of their creature baits into this box as well, or some other variant of their body baits, because we're getting a lot of kind of the same stuff every month. Not that I'm mad about it. I think the, you know, quality of the baits is great. I love fishing them. They're some of my favorite baits. If you guys listen to the BurlyFishing podcast with my co-host Paul Glass, go like and subscribe. Both of us rank 6 cents up there as some of our favorite baits. So there's that to be said as well. Here's the redundancy. Pretty much every box I get one of these. This is the Divine Shaky Worm. Great trick worm, fantastic. This is a 7-inch grass candy. That's the one we got this month. It's that little doodad right there. That green, that purple. Fantastic looking worm. Caught some fishies on that over on my favorite lake of all time that I can't tell you about, that Paul and I went and fished this month and had a good dang time. It's a great worm. I love fishing it weightless personally, but you can also Texas rig it. I think I rigged it Texas with a super light weight that time, or I had it on the belly weighted hook. I can't remember. It's been a while since we fished this box, but at any rate, great bait. This is also some of the redundancy that you see. There we go. All right, so this is the Divine Swim Bait. Came in this like green pumpkin. What's this color called? The Electric Shiner. That, like, look at that shine. Oh, looks so good. Great little paddle tail bait. Durability is suspect. It's sus. But it's a great bait. Got some good action and does catch some dang fish. This one's a little more appropriate for like 3.2 inches. A little more appropriate for like drop shotting or spinnerbait trailer, things like that. Chatterbait trailer, fantastic. I think I got a fish on like the new jackhammers we got, the Stealth Blade, with this one on there, so that was sweet. All in all, great plastic. We got this dark color, more realistic Quake 70. Quake 70s are some of my favorite lipless baits to throw. Oh gosh, we didn't have the nice camera when I did this unboxing either, so there you go. Now you got a better view of this bait. Look at that. Fantastic looking bait. Orange belly, realistic fishy type body to it. Love this thing. And nice tinny rattle to it as well. It's a lipless, so it's actually a great bait to be throwing right now too. Next up we have this square bill. This is the Crush 100X. Same pattern, almost exactly as that Quake 70. Very, very similar pattern to it. I do like that pattern though. I like the realism to it, and I like the darker color right now with the waters I'm fishing. And this was a silent model, no sound, which is great. If you're trying to be a little more subtle, if you got finicky bass, that can work really well. Then we had that Crush Flat 75X. These are some of my favorite baits to throw. This flat square bill, especially spring and fall, something I love throwing around, so highly recommend. Spring, my favorite color is red, and then fall right now would be like darker colors. This one does all right. It's more of a shad pattern to it, but we did catch fish. We caught fish on every bait in this box, actually, which was sweet. Then we had that Movement 80. Boom, solid, super loud. So it's more of a wake bait. I think this one even has like a slight dive to it. Yeah, it's 2 to 3 foot dive, so it goes down subsurface, kind of waking bait. But awesome color pattern to it. That like citrus shad kind of color with that blue and that chartreuse. Caught a fish on this while it was fouled up. So that did the trick, man. That did the double duty. Then we had this bait, the black and blue jig. Guess what? Didn't find it and just bought another one. I actually filmed an unboxing for this one too, and just never put it up because then I got the new camera, and I wish I had done it on the new camera, but it's too late now. It's already done unboxed. I placed a pretty big order with 6 cents. Actually picked up some other stuff, some new skirts for my jackhammers, which were skirtless after some mean old pike ripped their skirts off. And then this thing, right? Because you guys remember, if you watched the On the Water, the Mega Slam, right? We lost this bait. It got bit off by a toothy critter or something. But this is that hybrid jig. Love these. I think the multi-purpose is really nice to have. You flip it like a flipping jig, or because it's got that tapered head, you can also swim it. So that's pretty sweet. Great bait, great jig, love it. It's in a 1/2 ounce. Definitely catches some gosh dang fish. And that's it for 6 cents. So all in all, love that box. I think it had a lot of bangers in it, and it caught all the fish. Let me, again, as we go through these, I'm gonna give you guys kind of like my final ranking of everything but Monster Bass. I'll set it aside. I won't rank it number one. You can just assume it's my number one, but I'm gonna rank all the other boxes and let you know what I think in total. But you can let me know in the comments what you think is the best. All right, so there's 6 cents. Moving on, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna knock out this one. So this is the Smoking Hot Lures Club. Came in that fancy cigar box, which is now where I store like extra stickers and stuff from some of the brands. So it serves a purpose. There you go. It's got a purpose for me. So this is what I lovingly dubbed the old man box. I said this is the box that I would buy for like my dad and Paul, who's a 33-year-old old man fisher, because it came with like all the classics, nothing shiny, nothing special, just things that straight catch fish and have for decades, right? So don't expect anything fancy out of this box. And if this isn't your cup of tea, I get it, but they also do catch fish. I'm a little more of a modern style fisherman. That's why I like 6 cents and stuff like that. Company is kind of revolutionizing or like reinventing the wheel a little bit, but again, it's unnecessary if you just want to catch fish, right? Case in point, they had power bait in there. Power bait straight stinks, smelly wise, but power bait has been known to catch fish. We got that June bug colored worm in there. It'll get the job done. June bug Senko. We got one of my favorite baits of all time. People ask me like, if you could throw one bait, it'd be this guy right here. So this is a Mepps #3 Aglia. And this is a silver blade with that white skirt and that little red, like injured, wounded bait fish kind of red there on the bottom. These things have caught so many fish for me. So many. Love it, love it, love it. This I don't love so much. Fished it around a little bit, was not a huge fan. This is just a classic little Storm goby. They do catch fish, these pre-rigged, like jig-headed fish, all sorts of different styles with the paddle tail. These are some of Paul's favorite baits for sure. This one's a little bit heavier, doesn't have a lot of action, doesn't swim that great. So ended up not being a big fan of that. But I kind of knew I wasn't gonna like it going in, so maybe that was preconceived. Next plastic we had, I've heard some things here and there. Somebody said this is from Wish. That's unfortunate to hear, but this is the Rubber Baits. It's a soft bait, and it's got a Mylar mesh in there. So you actually put your jig through that Mylar, and your jig hook is not coming out. This thing will not come unrigged, which is nice. Definitely does have its benefits. I think it swims great. It rigged fine. Didn't move around a lot, which was great. And as opposed to some people saying you can never get it off your jig, I got it off my jig fine. So I don't know. It works fine. It works fine. Then we had the Rick Clune, right? And you guys were like, you don't know Rick Clune? I knew you guys were going to say that. I said it in the video. It's like, oh, they're going to be like, you don't know Rick Clune. And I was right. A couple of you guys in the comments were sure to say that. I get it. Okay, man, how am I supposed to know everybody? I'm not. This thing has the craziest lip in the world, and it runs insane. So first of all, it's a tiny crank, as you can see. I love the pattern on it. I think it's done well. You got like these finesse hooks on here, little tiny trebles, which are fine. And then this thing, the way that that lip is shaped, makes it vibrates like crazy. This thing puts off a ton of movement and sound, and it's very erratic. So that I think can definitely work. Then we had this little floating stick bait here. This is the Bagley Bango lure. Just got some big trebles on it, but this thing does work. This thing is pretty sweet. I love fishing this thing. We were fishing in the river a little bit. Again, fishing's been tough around here lately, so I didn't expect to catch fish on all of the baits and all of these boxes. You know how many baits I got to fish this month? Dude, it was nuts. But we did what we could. I fished this thing for like 45 minutes or so and had a good time with it. I think it's a solid stick bait. I like it. And then final one that we had in this box was the ever so classic Rapala lipless. Great lipless bait, that chrome blue and the red belly there. This thing has been getting it done since before you guys were born. So there you go. All in all, I did, again, lovingly dubbed this box the old man fishing box in a nice way. I like it. I like it, all right? Didn't like all the baits. Definitely won't fish all the baits. Probably give most of them to Paul. Not exactly my cup of tea, but fancy idea with that cigar box that they come in. You guys are awesome. You gave a lot of great feedback to the owner of this company. They're from Falls Creek Supply, by the way. Fall Creek Supply. I think I said that wrong twice in that video too. And I put up the wrong website. Anyways, the guy was awesome. He posted the real website in the comments and fixed all of that for you guys. You can go back and check that video out if you want to see more about them. You gave some great feedback, so I appreciate that, and they appreciate that as well. You said if it comes in a cigar box, that smell, that tobacco could get infused with the lures, and fish don't like that. Okay, duly noted. So they're gonna start bagging them and then putting them in the box. So they learned something from that. That's great. That's good customer service to listen to your customers. So I like that too. Bonus for them. We'll do the newcomer and then we'll do MB and MTB last, right? I kind of like leaving them for last. All right, so next up we had Tackle Monkey. Tackle Monkey is a little bit different. Some of you guys, I'll put it this way, some of you guys were rubbed the wrong way by this company because they had an ad that was saying, you know, sign up now, first box is 10 bucks. But the $10 box was actually honestly less than the value of what they were saying it was at like that $27.99 cost that they have for their boxes. So great feedback again from you guys saying like, hey, this is kind of not cool. They actually responded to most of those people and they dropped the ad and changed it up. So kudos to the company again for listening, responding. I love seeing that in this industry, that we can affect change as a community. You guys are awesome. So keep doing that. Keep dropping feedback in these comments. It's not just for me. These aren't my boxes. I'm just buying them or getting them for free sometimes. These are for the companies, right? They should see that. They should listen to you guys and they should make those changes. And I love seeing it when companies do that. Some don't, and I won't talk about them or review them on the channel anymore, and that's why. But some do, and I think that's awesome. All right, so this box is a little bit different because they do gear, right? They did send me a box for free. So I got the Halloween themed, check this out. I'm still picking these things up from my floor, by the way. Tackle Monkey. Maybe don't make such a mess next time, but we got in this box, it had like all this confetti. I'm trying not to, I'm gonna dump it all on my floor, oh my gosh. Had all this confetti, like these little spider webs and cats and silly stuff. Bats in there, yep, bats in there, pumpkins. Neato little themed box. Most of the baits were like Halloweenian theme. That was kind of cool, you know, it's something different, something different. A lot of these boxes need to get it, like, you got to shake things up, man. You got to do something different. Even if like your baits bang every month, they're awesome. If you don't change anything, your audience is going to grow bored. And as some of you guys say, you're going to learn things, then go buy the baits you think you actually need or want instead of getting the Christmas box every month. Food for thought. Get the gear done first. First of all, this is not gear, but it was hilarious. They gave me a skull. And I joked about using it as throwing the treble from one of these baits on the bottom of that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But it could be a bobber. Somebody else mentioned this could be a bobber. Love it. Great idea. And we got some dude wipes. You guys also corrected me on this. This is for your nether regions. It's not a shower. They make a bigger wipe that is for the shower. Whatever. So there you go. So we got that. Going in the boat, in the cockpit for, that was bad. It's going in the front of my boat. Another thing you guys helped me out with was these thingies. So these are rod straps. Great. Turns out, so I've been messaging this company kind of back and forth. Turns out their owner just had like a ton of these. That's why they were loosely packed in these boxes. They were just like, let's give them something extra. And this was in the $10 box, by the way. So they're just like, here, load it up, bonus up, right? That's why it was that way. That's why it was like, literally it was just this in the box. I had no idea what they were for. Even if I bank fish, I take 1, maybe 2 rods with me if I bank fish. So you guys taking 4 or 5 rods or 2-piece rods, like that's what this is for. I do have 1 2-piece rod I use, so I guess I could see using this. I falsely thought they were tie downs. Me dumb, whatever. And then we got pretty much the whole value of that box right here. This is a Line Cutters ring cutter, which is pretty sweet, mind you. Like these things cut even the heaviest braid. Super fancy, awesome, and easy to rig up and wear. There you go. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Then we start getting into the baits and the lures. So we got here this heavy 1 ounce super dense lead weight. It's a creature weight, right? So this came in the Halloween box, and it's got that red eye on it. It's in the black color. It's got this odd shape to it, so it's gonna fall a little bit differently. Again, it's 1 ounce, so your Carolina rig, Texas rig, and some of you guys pointed out you could also punching rig it. And this is from Jinko Fishing. So again, I didn't get a chance to fish all of these baits. I did fish a couple. I actually got a chance to fish this one. So this is by Azuma. Look, there's some stuff on it. Clean your baits, folks. All right. So this is the Azuma Lipless. And it's got some sweet, it's a very tight wobble, like some sweet action to it. Very heavy, crazy rattling system in it. Do like the color of this like copper fit bait fish pattern. It's pretty solid. It moves and it's heavy, so it sinks down. You know, it's kind of a true count. Cast it out 1, 2, 3. You're down 3+ feet at that point. So trebles look good on it. It's got the offset trebles, small treble in the back, big treble in the front, and I'm sure it'll catch fish. I was just out there on a tough day, really. And then I did fish this one too. I fished this one. I changed my mind a little bit on this one, actually. I don't know if I'll put out any video on it, but this is the Fudge Knocker. And that's not the Fudge Knocker. It's the Jinko Rip Knocker. It's a through line, right? And it doesn't have a rear treble. It's just got this one, which you would then through line. You run your line through the bait. You got your treble hanging there. And what kind of changed my mind about this, does have a heavy rattle too, is because it just has that one big treble, it's actually really easy to fish through the weeds. So I was getting through cover pretty well. It's got a nice tight wobble to it, good action. And again, I'm sure it'll catch fish. I'll put it out there now. I'll eat my words from 5 months ago. It came in an MTB Elite box I got. Did I give that one away? I think I have my other one somewhere. I might fish it again. So again, it gets through the weeds really well. That's kind of what changed my mind about it. I like the action of it. I know it'll catch fish. I'm gonna give it another shot. We'll keep fishing it. We'll see what happens, all right? I forgot some baits. This is getting added in post. We also had these net bait chunks in the box, which are pretty sweet. Kicking bee chunk, if you will. Black and blue, little green pump. Got those flapping claws right there. Look pretty good. Again, didn't get a chance to use these, but they look good. We had the black trick worm from the Bicycle Baits. Pretty good looking little worm, I think. Good looking worm. He'll do fine. He'll do work. He'll do things. He'll do stuff. And then we had the Buddha Baits, which is a little like beaver style bait. Oh, I always forget how bad these smell. A little beaver style bait there. Not bad. Chunky monkey. In the tackle monkey. The chunky tackle monkey. Here's one I didn't get to fish, just because I didn't have the conditions for it, but this is the super deep 1 ounce Jinko. Love the color. Look at that reflective pattern. Is so dope on this though. Love the color, love the pattern, but this is that Jinko deep dive and crank. Dives down to about 20 feet. Again, just didn't really have the conditions for it. I was fishing 8 to, at the most, 12-foot diving cranks and scraping bottom the other day when I went out on my lake. So got to go to a very specific part of the lake and try to find the fish. Didn't have my sonar working the other day. I got it fixed now, but having your sonar would help if you're fishing a crank that deep. And I don't exactly have the right gear to cast out a crank that big. Guys down south, I get it. It's not a giant crank, okay, whatever. It's giant to us guys up here, up north. And you do have to have a little more specific gear to fish stuff like that. I can get it done, and I will try it, just probably not anytime soon. Then we had our original steel shad. It's that blade bait. These things work, absolutely. This is a classic bait. They do get the job done. Didn't get a chance to fish it the other day, but fish are slowing down. If they're going deep, like I will jig this around, just rip it up and down and probably catch a dang fish. Got a bunch of different blade baits I do want to be using here real soon. Finally, probably one of my favorite things that came in the box. I got a chance to fish this a bit. You can see I threw a little paddle tail in the back of that too. But this is that Molex spinner bait. This is that Mike Iaconelli special with that Halloween colors, the black and orange and green pumpkin to it. The shape of this wire is cool. Like the way these blades spin, I like a lot. It does put off a bit of a vibration. You do have to burn it. This is not one that you can like go slow with to get the full effect of it. You got to burn it. So if I'm slowing a spinnerbait down and playing a lower part of the water column, I'm throwing something else. But if I'm just burning it, which was not working the other day, unfortunately, then I would throw something like this. All in all though, great looking bait, and I think it'll get the job done too. So that's Tackle Monkey. Let me know what you guys thought about that one down below. Rolling, 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 here we go. That's 3 boxes down, 2 to go. We've got MTB. So this is the MTB Elite. Just unboxed this on the channel, so I'll be pretty quick with this. And if you guys watched the On the Water review, you saw that I ate my words again. That Yozuri. We'll get to it in a second. All right, so we got the Gambler BB Cricket. Like, what the heck is this thing called again? The BB Cricket. And this is that, I think I got it on a jig here. Yeah, show you 2 baits right now real quick. So this is that finesse style craw. It's actually less finesse than I thought. It doesn't have a lot of action. Fish this one in the tank. You guys can see that in the On the Water review. And I had it paired up with that Dobbins jig, that finesse size football jig, which I do like a lot. I love the skirt on this jig. It's got a lot of action. I think it'll kill it on the river. This came in that craw color, that craw pattern. So I like that a lot. I think it's a really well-made jig. It's fancy. You got your super garlicky smelling Gambler plastics too. Wasn't super thrilled about the Gambler craw though. I think that underwhelmed me. The Lizard, Netbait Lizard, black and blue. Check her out. Oop, didn't lose a leg, I'm just holding it weird. Black and blue Lizard, which I showed you guys weightless in the tank on the On the Water review. Lots of action. Love me a lizard. Again, super classic bait. Can't go wrong with it. And you get 8, I think, in this pack. You get 9 in this pack, so that's sweet. I'll get this one out of the way. We got that Blitz Frog, PH Frog, which is a great looking frog. Kind of a bigger size for me. Not one that I'm going to throw that often, but nonetheless, great looking frog. And I did not throw it because it was snowing when I was on the water fishing these. So can you catch fish on top water, even in cold weather? Yes. Was I willing to put myself through the punishment for it? No. No, I wasn't. And that lake, I never get top water fish on that lake, to be fair. Then we get to this bait. Now again, I don't know why this keeps happening with this. Somebody said like the willow blade will like tickle this streamer. Okay, maybe that's why. Maybe it's tied upwards on purpose, or maybe it's just molded that way. I don't know. But I did love fishing this thing. I think it's pretty sweet spinner bait. As you can see right here, can you see right here? Yeah, that powder coat paint, that ain't gonna hold up very long. This is from fishing it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, this thing is, the paint is like just ripping off of here. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I don't remember doing that. That is bent. It might be from sitting in my tackle box, but that's not ideal. So we did bend the wire on that. It's okay, you can straighten it out. Hopefully it holds up. Youch, my bad. But still, great looking bait. Honestly, can't even remember the friggin' name of this. It's stand gun, BioVex. This is the BioVex stand gun, and it's a sweet spinner bait, although durability is heckin' questionable. Then we had that Excite Baits crankbait. Good paint job on it, solid finish to it. Seems like a durable paint gig. Is gonna hold up. It's a crankbait. This is as basic as a crankbait as you can get, and it fishes well. Lip is trued, swam straight. It'll get the job done. Again, thing I said in the video, and you guys all know it, change these trebles out. Change them out, trust me. Then we had the Livingston Lures EBS. You guys know how I feel about the EBS, but here's what I have to say about this. It fishes really well as a crankbait. So if I ignore the EBS, which does not even work in this, by the way, this is supposed to be water activated, or you're supposed to, when there's a line on here, pull like this. If there's tension on everything, it should be chirping. Nope. If you get it wet and do the same thing, nope. If you lick your fingers and hold the trebles, nope. This is a broken EBS system, so it don't work. But that said, it fishes well as a crankbait. So I would fish it as a crankbait. I'm gonna keep it in my box. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it more. At least it's not super annoying. And then we had this bad boy right here. So this is that Crystal Minnow from Yozuri. And I said, man, it looks kind of cheap. And it does, but it do catch fish. But also change your dang trebles, please. That's what happened when I caught this pike. So yeah, these trebles are suspect. Change them immediately. Is that frustrating that you need to change trebles on a bait that's over $9? Yes, that's unfortunate. I think a bait that expensive should come with good trebles. It doesn't. But it did catch me a PB pike, so I can't be mad about this bait. Kind of like it, kind of dig it. We'll switch trebles, we'll use again. There was a hook too. These are those Eagle Claw sample pack that we got at the 4/0 EWGs. It's a hook. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. All right, moving on. Monsterbass. Get these plastics. There's a lot of plastics in this one. 3 plastics, plus I got a random different one from my test bait box that they send me every month to test out for what goes into the Monsterbass boxes. So if you guys wanna know if a box company tests the baits that go into your box, guess what? Monsterbass does, because I'm part of that gig. When we say at Monsterbass that we test the baits for the region, that we ask people living in that region if they would use these baits, that absolutely happens. I didn't believe it at first either, but now I'm a part of it and it's pretty dang cool. So what we got 2 variations of the chase baits plastics. This is the paddle tail. They call it the paddle bait. Clever. These things are hyper durable. Had mine rigged up to this underspin. Posted a picture of it on Instagram and you guys friggin' loved it. It looks juicy, doesn't it? It's friggin' juicy. That is a sick bait. The only negative to these baits, I'll give you this right now, is these eyes fall off. They're just stickers. So if you don't care about the eyes, sweet. Do they look awesome while they're on? Absolutely. Don't expect them to stay on. As soon as you punch a hook through there to rig it, they tend to fall off. That's unfortunate, but whatever. Still, great looking bait, does catch fish, fantastic. Then we had these guys right here, little grubs, which they mostly sent, I think, to the northern guys. And I like these a lot. Paul actually rigged this to another bait that came in this box, that Thunder Cricket. Caught a nice pike on the river. So it looks like that. And they call this one the curly bait. Gosh, I love their naming system. Don't know where they get it from. But again, durable, but the eyes fall off. Very, very durable plastics. Just don't expect your eyes to stay on. That's all I'm saying. Then we had a Senko. Nice color for this time of year. Green pumpkin with that red flake. And these are from Bama Baits. Also, Me Big Dumb. I said a dumb thing on the video. These are really, really salty, which actually makes them denser and they sink faster, not float more. Sorry. Pretty stretchy, pretty durable. I rigged a couple up a few different ways. Yeah, you can see the salt coming out as I stretch it. So yeah, very salty bait. Pretty dense plastic, will sink. Be great wacky rigging, weightless and just dropping it on a drop off or a weed line or something like that. We were on the river, wasn't the greatest place to be fishing this. I didn't have any luck with it, unfortunately. These things are sweet. So these are the big bite baits, the Warmouth. These are the 3.5-inch Warmouths. Look at that thing. These things are sweet. So it does actually have a little rigging area there. So these things are easy to rig a whole bunch of different ways. I think Paul had it rigged, Texas rigged, pretty sure. Texas rigged or like a swim jig on it, but ended up catching a nice little smallie on the river with that. Small smallie. He ate the whole thing. It was hilarious. Also, Paul's color was way better. He had like this chartreuse fish, which was sweet. So maybe some of you guys got that one. Moving right along, we had probably the best bait in the box, easily hands down, and that was the Strike King Thunder Cricket, or the Thunder Chicken, or the Thunder Goose, as I like to call it. But the Thunder Chicken is fantastic. It's got that fancy looking blade there, a little different. Change it up from, you know, your Z-Mans, your jackhammer kind of sharper edged blade, which I think is cool. This one is a black and blue, 1/2 ounce. I have another one that's green pumpkin and another one that somebody told me that, can't remember. It's like a green pumpkin and black and blue kind of color. Forget what it's called. But anyways, chatterbait. It's a really nice chatterbait. I love those baits. We also had a hook in this one. So there's the spear point hook. It's got this fancy little shape to it. Helps you keep your plastics on and keep fish on. They kind of slip down into this little section here. Keep that fish pinned really easily. Again, didn't get a chance to really fish this properly on the river, but it's a hook. It will work. We had the Monsterbass brand Square Bill. Love this color. It seems to get brighter when it hits the water even, but this is a dope craw color. First fish we caught on the Water review was on this bait. This bait's fantastic. Wish I could have fished it more that day. I Love this thing. I was kind of surprised. You guys know how we feel about house baits, even if it's monster bass. But this is one of the best they've made. I love it. It's got a cool rattle to it. You got the red treble at the front, and you got the really slick craw pattern with that super bright orange face to it. It's got a tight wobble, good action. Love fishing that thing. We also had the Vicious Fishing crankbait. You guys want to see a video more in depth on how I rig crankbaits and fish things like this? Go check out the Monsterbass channel on YouTube, subscribe. And your boy made a video of this just the other day, so you can go watch my video there. Appreciate it very much. If you get the views up on that video, that'd be super helpful, and then drop a comment. Let me know you popped over there to say hey. I appreciate you guys. This is not 4 to 8 foot diving. This is an 8 to 12 for sure, but they marked it as 4 to 8 on the box, so side note, kind of funny that they did it that way. Love the color. I got another one that's like a dark bluegill sunfishy kind of pattern to it. Love that. Love throwing it as well. And finally, this guy. This is the XRM 80 jerkbait. It is suspending. It's actually like slow floating. Suspending, neutrally buoyant, shouldn't sink, shouldn't float very fast, if at all. This one does float slowly, which is fine. It comes in this crazy like shad mixed with baby bass pattern to it from Messer's Baits. So it's a cool little custom paint job on the XRM 80. It's a nice jerkbait. I like it a lot. Caught a fish pretty easily, pretty quickly. I think I had this tied on for 10 casts. Caught a smallmouth on the river on it. It's a sick jerkbait. I like it a lot. Do we do it? Guys, we did it again. We done did it. All right, you made it to the end of the video. Let me tell you what baits you're gonna win this month if you win. So we're gonna take our little Buzzbee here. We're gonna open her up. And we're gonna throw in here some baits you might like. Yeah, I'm giving you the XRM 80. Boom. Sick jerkbait. You guys are gonna catch some fish on that. So many choices this month. I'm also gonna give you that Bagley. It's from the Smoking Hot Lures Club. It's a Bango lure. So there's 2 stick baits for you. Let's change things up. I'm gonna give you this subsurface guy right here, that Movement 80X. Get a little closer to the top of the water column option. The Monsterbass Square Bill, because I think it's fantastic and you're gonna love it. Give you that Azuma lipless. I think it's a pretty nice lipless. I think you're gonna like it. I try to be super nice to you guys with every one of these giveaways, so I think I'm gonna do that this time too. There's a Thunder Chicken for one of you lucky dudes or dudettes out there. I'm gonna throw that bad boy in there too. So you got a sweet chatterbait, black and blue, 1/2 ounce. One of my favorite things to throw. I think I'm gonna give you guys that steel shad too. So if you're having a tough time finding the fish, you wanna just jig them with a blade bait, boom, solid. And let's throw you a jig as well. That Dobbins jig is pretty slick. And you get this craw with it, because why not? I'm not unrigging it for you. All right, guys, we're loaded up with the lures. Let's get a couple bags of plastics, huh? Keep in mind, you're also getting that Burly sticker. You got that Burly hat. Dude, chartreuse. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. And then you tell me your shirt size, but we'll get you a Burly shirt as well. As for plastics, we're gonna get you guys Buddha Baits, the speed worm. This is the original worm that made me look really dumb because I didn't know how to use a speed worm. Rip the tail. Got a brand new bag of these Big Bite Baits warmouths because I think those are heckin' sweet. And then we've got a full pack here of the Bama Baits Watermelon Senko. There you go. 2 actually from this month, 1 just from a little while ago, but boom, some plastics. And that's it, guys. So that is the full review of the October 2020 fishing subscription boxes. Let's rank them real quick. Here is my personal opinion of top to bottom 1 through 4 of everything but the Monsterbass box, because I won't be ranking that one. So you guys know where my loyalties lie. I would just say this is the best. So we're not gonna do that. We can't count that one. So let's talk about these other ones. We got the MTB Elite, the Tackle Monkey, full of confetti. We got that 6 Cents, and then we got the Smoking Hot Lures Club. This is a beta box, so we're just gonna go ahead and say this one was sweet. We're not gonna rank it. Okay, so if you guys are on the market and you're looking at one of these 3, which one should you get? In my humble opinion, this would be number 1, hands down. And then honestly, these 2 brought some 2 different things to the table. Gear, no gear, kind of better lures, okay lures. I'm really not sure. But if I were to, so I would say go this. So I'd say probably go 6 cents if, you know, just you want some super high quality, good value baits. MTB Elite kind of came through, got me a PB Pike, so I got to give it the leg up. And then in third place here would be the Tackle Monkey. Possibly though, because it's a lower value box. Anyways, it's $27.99. So, you know, $39.99 for the MTB Elite. I mean, if you take a couple baits out of there, do I get the Yo-Zuri? So it's a toss-up, honestly, for me between MTB and Tackle Monkey for second or third place. Just a thought. All right, so that's my power rankings for those top three. Again, MB for me is a hands down #1, but you guys would just say I'm biased, so I won't even say it. You tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching the video today, and don't forget to drop me a comment. What's your bright spot? I care about you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and healthy and having the best 2020 that is actually literally possible right now. Quick reminder, this contest is 10 days. So from November 4th, today that the video has dropped, to November 14th is how long you have to enter. So make sure you are dropping me a comment below. Make sure you're a subscriber, and I will pick a random comment, and that will be our winner. I'll shoot you an email. You got to respond to me in 24 hours so I know you're a real life person. And then if you do, you're going to win all that cool stuff. Thanks again for watching today, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, smash the like on this video, ring that notification bell, share this video with your friends so that we can get better giveaways in the future. We'll catch you guys out on the water.